Hello and welcome to Homorazzi. I was away last time. Did you guys miss me?
No.
I didn't think so.
I
set myself up for that.
You're terrible. I don't know if they saw it on camera, but the pool of sweat that Johnny had was some of the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, it's hot under these lights.
And to be fair, he works on radio. He doesn't have to be under these lights.
Got a face for it.
No.
No, but we're under these all the time. And like, even at the beginning, it was like, I was worried the electrical equipment was just gonna blow
It
up.
wasn't that bad.
Davina, our makeup girl, was working overtime yesterday trying to stop it up.
Well, thank you, Johnny, for helping me out. I really appreciate it. Let's start with you, Adam, for any updates that you have.
I'm getting ready. I'm going to Mexico soon, which I haven't been to in a very long time. I went once about 3 years ago to PV, which is Puerto Vallarta, and we're going back. It's like the gay mecca during the holidays because it's so hot. They have this thing called Blue Chairs, which is just where all the gay guys sit and go. It's basically like gangbang central. So I'm really excited to like do some really. No, I'm just having sex. Yeah,
it's not Christmas. It's like after Christmas and New Year's, right?
Boxing Day through New Year's. It's really big on New Year's Eve. That's why people go. So all around that time.
Okay, and you just got back.
I just got back from a trip 2 hours ago from Los Angeles. I am exhausted. I don't know how I'm gonna pull it together for this episode, so I may be quiet and nice and well behaved.
I don't believe it.
No, I went to LA. I took my friend Dominic to Disneyland for his first time for his 30th birthday, and it was really fun. I love Disneyland.
Okay.
Like, it is my favorite place in the world.
Seriously.
Oh my God, I could spend.
The children, the lineups, the costs.
It's not too bad. Like the first time I went was 2 years ago. Sorry, the first time I went as an adult was 2 years ago, and it was like in January on a Thursday, and there were no lineups. I'm like, this is great. And even we went this year, and all the employees were like, the lineups are so bad, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's like half hour, 45 minutes. Not too bad.
45 minutes for one ride?
But it's not. It's worth it. And
you
plus,
drunk?
No.
Oh, God.
You can't drink in Disneyland.
You can do whatever you want in Disneyland.
No, you can't.
Flask it.
You can drink in California Adventure. Which I did.
Do they have those super pass things where if you pay enough you can skip
No,
lines?
see, what they have is they have fast passes. So if you go there early and you get a ticket, it says come back between this time, and then you go through. So you could do that on some of the rides. But
And your favorite ride was?
Space Mountain. No, okay. Space Mountain is my favorite in Disneyland, and the Cars ride is the best in California
I
Adventure.
haven't been since then.
It is so good.
Is it a roller coaster?
It's kind of. So it's like you're in the movie. So you get in the car and you know how some of them are like attractions as opposed to some rides. So the first bit of it is an attraction, and you're going through and you're like getting your car fixed, and it's all like projection mapped. It's so cool. And then all of a sudden you meet up with the other people that go, and then you just race. It is the funnest ride in the world.
All right, well, let's move on to today's topic. First up, we're going to talk about Sony Entertainment. They've been hacked, and they've been getting into their emails, employees' emails, getting their SIN numbers, private emails out, and now.
And didn't someone like come for Angelina Jolie or something?
Oh yeah, no,
saying
like
that she wasn't a good actress?
within private emails, they've said that she is a diva and. Yeah.
Okay, so when did all this happen? Like last week? Because
you know what? This has been kept under wraps for a while. It's been happening for I think a couple months or maybe a month and a half. Because
I feel like
employees were told to keep it quiet, but then stuff's getting leaked, and now it's totally public.
Yeah, like I feel like I had no idea about any of this.
No, it's just only when like big names come onto it. First of all, that's the most we've ever let you talk. So that's
I know.
I'm like,
in any
he's
segment.
He's going.
You notice I'm trying to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
no, that will never happen again. Sorry, I apologize to everybody. No, it's only interesting because they name out like Obama's getting trashed, and then Angelina. Like I think they're letting things out in little bits, and people are finding them, and things are being hidden. And now they're supposed to be something on Christmas Day. So it's not that interesting. It's just.
Well, I mean,
It's
now they're
trashy.
threatening people's lives if they go to watch this movie.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
I don't think that's
They did that when that like comic was released in Denmark with like, I don't know, Muhammad on it or some thing like that. Like, it's what they do all the time, and they're not gonna kill someone over this.
Just to say, all the other networks are like tightening up all their security for all.
Oh my God, they had their passwords in a folder called passwords on their site. So Sony did it to themselves. They're idiots. These people should realize, like, then thinking back though, I send things I probably shouldn't be saying in some work emails, but.
Oh, completely. No. Every time I write something out, to anyone, I just think, is this gonna get text message or anything? If you need to tell someone something, phone them or talk to them face to face because it'll get out.
Screenshot.
And I'm a shady person that will do it.
He is. Let's move on to the next topic, and that is this year's most fascinating person, according to Barbara Walters.
Okay, so let's talk about the Barbara Walters 10 most fascinating people of the year. So there was a couple people on there that, so Taylor Swift was number 2. Who else was on there?
Wasn't Oprah on there?
Oprah.
Isn't she just like on
It's all
there
just
as
like
a
the
number?
usual. One Direction was on there, weren't they, or something? It was
Someone
just
random.
blah blah blah. So we were trying to figure out who the most fascinating person was, and I actually thought it was going to be Ariana Grande. For some stupid
really?
Listen, I'm a fan, okay? I like her.
You a fan does not make her the most interesting person in the world.
But then when Barbara Walters started talking about like, oh, the woman who locked down the most eligible bachelor, I was like, oh my God, it's Amal, I can't even pronounce her
Clooney,
last
just
name.
go with Clooney.
Amal Clooney.
Yes.
And then we were in a yogurt stop in LA and we were watching this and
Eating
this came
pizza.
out, eating pizza. And it came out and everyone was like, I don't get it. And I was like, actually that's a brilliant choice. She's so fascinating because we have no idea, like we don't know anything about her. Has she done an interview? Has she, we only know that she's a lawyer, she's brilliant, she settled for an actor kind of thing, but like we don't really know anything about her. And yet she's one of the most beautiful women on the planet and one of the smartest people.
You're putting up there with like every scientist in the world because you can be a lawyer for 20
Well, no,
seconds.
but she is. She's really, really educated.
She's very pretty for how smart she is. Let her put it in that way. She's one of the smartest people in
She's
the world.
super
What's
smart.
her IQ? What did she get in school?
182.
You have no idea what she
I
did
do.
or where she went.
I do.
You read an article once that said she's smart and you're going
It is
with
interesting that when George Clooney way back in the day was interviewed by Barbara Walters, way when he was like super young, he said, for sure, I'm never getting married again. So it's interesting that.
And they cut
full
to
circle.
that.
Yeah.
And the thing I found interesting was she didn't even speak. Like Amal didn't even speak in the 10
She
most
didn't have
fascinating-
to.
so
She doesn't have
She's
to.
so fascinating.
She's so fascinating.
She's so pretty and the smartest woman in the world.
You're such a dick.
Ugh, you don't even know how to say her last name.
It's Clooney.
And on that note, let's take a quick break and we'll be back to talk about music. Welcome back. We're moving on to music now. And first up, we have the latest from Nicki Minaj. This video is called Only.
Let it soak in like seasoning and tell them bitches blow me. Lance Stevens.
Raise every bottle and cup in the sky. Sparks in the air like the 4th of July. Nothing but bad bitches in here tonight. Oh, if you lame and you know it, be quiet. Nothing but real niggas only. Bad bitches only. Rich niggas only.
So that featured Drake, Lil Wayne, and Chris Brown. And
Yeah.
it was super dark.
It was super slutty.
Yeah.
Well, it's Nicki Minaj.
I think
Yeah,
this might be her sluttiest one. Like,
And it's not
actually,
exactly G.
aside from that one. But
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay, so right away when I see Chris Brown's name in
Thank you.
anything, I just have
Doug.
absolutely no desire. But I did watch it, and they're all just talking about Nicki. It's
Yeah.
so strange.
I know, it was strange,
It's
but
really weird.
like interesting at the same
She
time.
looks incredible
really good.
in this video, but it's just such a weird song.
I heard the song before I watched the video, and I have to say my favorite part is the hook with Chris Brown. So I was kind of like, okay, well, I kind of like that, which, we're not supposed
See,
to.
you
but
know what? When someone says they like Chris Brown,
I didn't. I said I like the
Visceral
hook.
I just like, I literally like, I know.
I'm being honest. It's a good hook. He's
I'm
a
being
good
honest,
singer.
you're gross.
But
But
then when we cut, when the video shows, it's like I don't know why they portrayed him that way.
I think
When
that's the
people-
best part of this.
because they shot
make
it
him
in
look like
jail.
a demon, and he's gross, and he's the
Yeah.
grossest part of this video.
I was gonna
and they
say
don't
that
make
was
him-
maybe a bad choice if he wants to like repair his.
He knows what he is, and they know what he is. They should
Yeah.
not have used him for this. I think the Drake part was fun. I don't know what's the other guy's name.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. I don't know him well enough to have any comment. She looks amazing.
She looks really great.
It's dirty. This makes sense to me because they did this song on SNL, and she was dressed like such a hooker, and now you see this is what she's wearing in the video.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like she's a slut, but it's hilarious. And it's all about her taking like giant pipe up her whatever. So I mean, it's interesting. Chris Brown is gross, but the video is kind of
Chris Brown is so gross.
so gross.
All right, and our last one for music today is from Jessie J. It's called Masterpiece.
Uphill back. I look good when I climb. I'm ferocious, precocious. I get braggadocious. I'm not gonna stop. I like the view from the top. Hey, you talk that blah blah, that la la, that rah rah, and I'm so done, I'm so over it. Sometimes I mess up, I hit and miss, but I'm okay, I'm cool with it.
So this girl really can do no wrong right now. All of the stuff that she's releasing is brilliant. I mean, Bang Bang was such a great track for her.
And she collaborated with the right people.
And she collaborated with the right people. But that was smart because that got her, that launched her a little
Yeah.
bit more well known. And then Burning Up was
Huge.
so good.
It grew on me.
And now this one, I like it because it's a totally different like you get a different idea of what she is. You know what I mean as a singer. So
Here's
you get
the idea. It's terrible. This is one of the worst songs that we reviewed. I had to talk like later on
Really?
about like, worst and best songs of the year.
This is one of the worst
This is on
songs?
people's list for worst songs of the year. This was so boring. This was not interesting. She did not sound good in it. Go back to bed. I do not need her to wake up this morning.
I think it's 2 against 1 on this one because it's a good
I think
song.
it's a great song. I think she's doing really well. I'm just like...
Burning Up is good, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Bang Bang, she looked like a drag queen. We all admitted to it. This one was boring.
Well, it's just different. Like they can't all be like...
Really indifferent. If you ever called me with those compliments, I would tell myself the song was blech. What?
I don't even know.
Like, can we
you're
throw
on a
water
nut-
at each other? Because it's gonna happen today. I can
That is
feel
hot
it.
tea, and I
This
don't
is
want
tea.
that on my
You
face.
can throw your
I
water.
think Disneyland has made you like placated and boring about things. Like,
No,
have an
I think
opinion.
this is a great song. Jessie J is one of the most talented people out right now, and
And Amal is the smartest and Jessie's the best. Like, you were just throwing around the mostest estes.
she really is. Like she's f***ing stupid talented, and you need to respect that.
Calm it.
No, we don't need. I don't need your attitude because you just want more camera time.
I get
it's
enough
a great,
camera
It's
time.
a great f***ing song, and she's a great singer. You need to take a f***ing seat.
I'll take a drink.
Okay, and on that note, I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about movies. We're going to move on to that now. And first up, we have a new movie called Big Eyes.
What's your name?
Margaret, wouldn't you rather flirt with those girls down there?
No, I like you, Margaret.
Wow, this is all happening mighty quick.
I am a divorcee with a child. Alter is a blessing.
You're gonna love this stuff. Why are their eyes so big?
The eyes are the windows of the soul.
That's why I paint them so big. I've always done it that way.
Why are you lying?
Sadly, people don't buy lady art.
The painting says keen. I'm keen, you're keen. Smile.
We're sold out. They adore you, Big Eyes.
All right, so who wants to go first?
Adam, did you like it? No, it's stupid. I hated it. It's dumb.
Actually, I thought it was cute, but I wanted to cut this one. You were way more into keeping it. It's based on like the actual artist who did these like famous big-eyed doll-looking paintings.
Out of all the movies that we're talking about today, this one's been promoted all year. I'm surprised it's just coming out now.
Well, okay, so wasn't this the one that was filmed here?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think this was filmed here. So Adam all of a sudden likes it now because it supports local.
I didn't say Oh, I'm sorry for supporting local actors and people.
Okay,
He lives in Richmond. He doesn't let me make it worse.
Doesn't matter.
Calm down.
So it stars Amy Adams and I never know his name. Christopher.
Oh, he's got that weird impossible name. I
Something.
don't
And it's by Tim
Is he the
Burton,
guy
right?
from like Django? Like he's got the
Yeah,
weird
he's the
accent?
one who won for Django. Yeah, I don't like the way he talks.
it's
It
gross.
bugs me. So it's about this woman who does these paintings, and she's a single mother, and then she meets this guy. I guess who loves her paintings so much, and then takes credit for them to make
He starts
money.
saying, because like a woman can't be an artist in
Sure.
this type of age, so he starts putting his name on them and starts selling.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like her, and she's a single mom, and she's trying to take it back and stop him, and it's all very emotional. But
Yeah.
I like the paintings; they're really cute.
No, they are good. And then she starts seeing people with bigger eyes when she's like going through it because she wants to take her identity back or something. I mean, I think it looks like really, really great as far as like the visual presentation of it.
All right, this next movie I think is going to do really well. It's called Into the Woods.
I wish.
You wish to have the curse reversed? Go to the wood and bring me back a cow as white as milk.
These beans carry magic.
The cape as red as blood.
Oh dear, how uneasy I feel.
The hair as yellow as corn. The slipper as pure as gold. Go to the wood!
So this movie comes out on Christmas Day. It has Meryl Streep. Do we need to say
She
anymore?
wants it to be good. She wants
God,
it to
I
be
hope
so
this
bad.
movie is
Oh,
good.
I don't think it's going to not be good.
I think this movie could possibly be terrible.
It's like all I'm seeing is famous people right now, and I'm worried.
Here's the problem with movies like this that Disney does. Whenever they redo one of these classic stories or whatever, they always screw it up. Hello, Wizard of Oz. Hello, Maleficent. Like Maleficent
yeah.
was atrocious.
Yeah, but this is a story, like a new story based on other stories. Right?
no,
it's a play.
This is a
Oh.
musical.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
this should be a play.
No, this is a musical.
Do your research, honey.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's a musical,
Yeah.
and they adapted it. But then they changed so many of the major things. Like apparently someone has to die. Like one of the main characters, I don't know if it's Rapunzel or Cinderella, dies in the musical, and they didn't do that in the movie. And then like one of the major songs is not in the movie that everyone is like was waiting for. So I just really, really hope they don't screw this up. I mean, and yes, we love Meryl Streep, but we will never forget Mamma Mia.
But we also love Anna Kendrick and Emily Blunt.
We love
and
everyone.
Johnny Depp.
But I love everybody in this movie,
Yes.
like you say, which kind of scares me. Like,
They're only going on names alone and not like actually going to the story. And they're changing things. This story is epic. Like it's a classic story.
Those people are not cheap. I don't think they're gonna gamble the story on
They
it.
don't care. They're gonna watch it. It's Disney. They have all the money in the world.
yeah, I'm really hopeful that it's gonna be good, but I'm cautious. Like, we all thought Maleficent was gonna be like the biggest
blowing,
movie.
yeah.
It was so bad. It's bleh,
But
bleh.
now we know Angelina Jolie is difficult to work
because
with.
she's a bad actress.
Moderately talented.
That's all we have for movies. When we come back, we're gonna move on to TV. Welcome back. We're moving on to TV now, and today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about our favorite and our least favorite winter finales. So let's start with Adam, since it was your idea.
Oof, okay, so my least favorite, and I don't think you guys watched this show, and it's actually a finale, but it happened now, is the Sons of Anarchy series finale. So I don't think either of you guys have ever watched this show. I'm not gonna explain it. It's the motorcycle club, blah, blah, blah. But this has been going on for, I think, like 7 seasons, and it's just like, it was so Sopranos. Like, everyone just dies, they go into a black fade out. You don't know 100% sure, but you kind of know what happens.
I hate that.
I know, and it was just because it was so similar to that series. It was all this like based on Shakespeare, and it's all supposed to be super metaphorical, and everyone's supposed to be into it. And you get so involved in these characters, and then everyone just starts dying or murdering or killing themselves off. And it was just disappointing. Like you don't have to kill people to have a good ending, and it kind of ruined it.
Yeah, series finales, I mean, kind of sucked. Like, Sopranos was annoying.
Yeah.
Dexter, even though I really liked it, was not the best way they could have ended that. I mean, yeah.
6 Feet Under is the only like record.
6 Feet
one
Under
for me.
and Breaking Bad were brilliant series finales.
But my favorite, though, and again, I think you guys have given up, is Once Upon a Time. I'm still watching this show.
Really?
With Chris Brown. Yeah,
I stopped that show so long ago.
I stopped that show after like 3 episodes. That show is trash.
No, it's actually interesting. It's so neat to see how they interplay these different characters.
Now
It's
they
like
have-
this Into This Wood thing where they like pull together different stories. You find out characters are not just the ones they think they are. They have double characters. People get involved. There's good little twists.
Now they have Frozen, Tommy.
Yes, it's all Frozen, which was a little ridiculous this season, but they got rid of Frozen. The point is that they brought in like 3 new.
Like, I'm so hunchy.
Actually,
I'm
I think
so
I
disappointed.
officially dropped off when they introduced that other Once Upon a Time. Wasn't there like another?
Oh yeah, there's like the Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
version.
okay, I'm like, forget it.
okay, but at this finale, they brought in Ursula.
Who, first of all, I saw her. What a missed opportunity that should have been a fat drag queen. Huge missed
You
opportunity.
were never gonna do
But
that.
the character was based on Divine. Like, they should have at least made her fat.
You wanted to be what's-her-face from RuPaul a couple seasons ago, right?
I don't know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
yes, you do. The one who
Delta.
did. No, the black guy who did it as her and was in jail forever.
Something.
Latrice.
Latrice. How
Yeah.
amazing would it have been Latrice? No, they're bringing in Cruella de Vil,
Okay, that's
Sure.
good.
and they're bringing in Maleficent.
I do like these villains.
Again?
Well, in a different area. I don't know. It's just like-
They had a Maleficent already.
You're
it was,
right,
What's her
yeah,
name? It
yeah.
was the girl from
Oh,
True
no.
Blood. Pam. Pam
No.
was Maleficent.
well, that's who she is. She's back then.
I did not know that was a secret show that
I
you're
know.
watching.
I'm like secret shame is that I watch this on Sundays along with all the other good shows. But
What a
I'm just.
bad
It's
show.
filmed locally and it helps people out. Just let me have it. Anyway, fine. Move along. You guys don't.
Okay,
appreciate
so
it.
my least favorite was Walking Dead, which you're not watching.
No, I dropped
It
that a
wasn't
long
like
time
as bad, but the thing is, like, I was really invested this season, and then they introduced this, or they focused on one character, Beth, for a long time, and I really started to like her, and she was getting super brave and doing these things that, what she had to do to save the others, and then they killed her off at the end. It's just like what you were saying, where
Watch
it's just,
out. Spoiler alert.
but they didn't need to kill her off, and
Are
there
you
was really no
sure?
other substance to.
See, I kind of feel like, okay, so so we're talking Sons of Anarchy, a series finale. Everyone dies,
dies.
maybe. But this one, I kind of feel like when shows kill off a main character, I think that is a really ballsy move. And it's gonna, like, the reaction you're gonna get is you don't like it, but I know, like, Arrow is
Oh,
like,
yeah, they're epic
really
for that.
like
Yeah.
popular.
But I feel like they're just filling time because, like, it's not like she was a main character from the beginning. They spent a lot of time investing in developing this character, and then they cut her off. So it's like, what was the point of the season?
Well, the show is actually really stupid.
And that's why he doesn't
It's
watch.
like-
but I'm
it-
still gonna watch it next
No,
time.
but if you think about it, the show is just going around in a
It
giant
is.
circle.
Every single time they
In a
start, they end up in
giant
this.
circle.
They're like,
They're not going
it's
anywhere.
dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but they like had a cure. Like there's this whole cure, and that's the whole season. Oh, the cure was a joke. They just said that.
Like, it's
second
the
time.
dumbest
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand why it's still on the air. And now
Yeah.
they're doing a spin-off, like a companion show. Did
are
you hear
they?
about this?
No.
They're doing a companion show of other characters in the same world dealing with the same thing. Like,
Literally,
what?
it's the same formula every season. So they'll find a location. So they've like had a fire truck. They've had a
Prison,
church.
blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
the
so
farm.
it's
it's not changing.
Yeah.
I know, but we still watch it.
I know.
I like suckers.
And my favorite finale was Scandal, which was insane. So much stuff happened in that.
Still don't watch that.
So,
trashy.
again, spoiler alert, but she goes to kill her father, which was insane, and the trigger doesn't work. So that was a huge thing because she defends him, she hates him. She defends him, she hates him. But she was literally going to kill him, and then it didn't work. And he's just like, I cannot believe that you were about to kill me. And then he disappears, and now.
The gun. I don't think the gun didn't
Yeah,
work.
but now it's on between those two.
It's so over the top,
Is
Tommy.
it?
This
See,
show
you know
is
what's-
like.
No, and then it ends. She's kidnapped in the end.
Of course she is. She's kidnapped for the 13th time.
No,
it's basically
she's never been
revenge
kidnapped.
with like politics. Like the president is murdering people in every other scene, and like the CIA does this. It's
That's
too
so
much.
Shonda Rhimes.
It's so yes, it is.
So Shonda Rhimes. Okay, so my worst finale, winter finale, and you're gonna be surprised, was The Good Wife.
The worst out of all the finales you saw.
All of the winter finales I saw. Well, first of all, I thought The Good Wife this season has been garbage. Like, I don't like it. It's why did they spend 9 episodes on Carrie? Like that story doesn't matter, and I don't think that. Yes, sir.
Because women who are 50 watch this show and want to see him the entire time.
But that, like, I don't think getting her to try to be state's attorney, and I think the show has, like, she used to be really strong and she could do everything, and now she's a big wuss.
No, that episode when she's like, use the dress. I don't care what it looks like, and she throws on that ad. She has some moments in this thing.
But I think it's not as good as or as strong.
I think
as
the
what it used
series
to
in
be.
general, there are some moments where it builds up to something and then it gets really good. So I think if that's the case, next season's going to be very, very good because I think they're building up to something.
You're not like over it, are you?
I'm not over
Okay.
it, but it's losing me. Like they had 5 really strong seasons.
You can't drop off now. This show is a long show to watch. It's a huge investment.
Don't you dare give up.
I know, but I just like I'm not really impressed with The Good Wife. Okay, and my best was I totally forgot it.
I know.
Oh no, it was a Shonda Rhimes show. It was How to Get Away with Murder. I mean, let's face it, How to Get Away with Murder is the best new show on television right now. It's so dramatic.
It's very dramatic.
So dramatic.
It's crazy.
And the finale where like he smacks the
that was
husband on the
pretty good.
head,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh my God, he did it!" And then Viola Davis said something, and she
Oh,
knew
yeah,
that
yeah.
the whole time.
I would never guess that twist at the very
Oh my
end.
God!
The
I
double twist.
Flew off
Yeah,
my
You are
nose.
just
They needed
everywhere.
this
I am
shit.
spinning everywhere. I am so excited.
What is she like sitting in her chair, like
Yes.
waiting when he comes into the room?
Yeah.
And she's like,
Oh my God, it was so drama. Ooh, I just like what a great.
What I will
what
give
a
them
great
is they
show.
do, and some shows don't do this well, like the time transitions going back and forth, and this one does it very well.
Yeah.
Like it's the whole time you know the future and like he's dead, blah blah blah. But this one, he's talking to her, and then you go back a little bit and you find out she knows the entire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like layers upon layers.
So
Yeah.
You can see where Shauna's putting all her effort right
Oh,
now. By the way.
totally,
She's
like in the
oh,
new
this is what
show.
I care
Well,
about.
you can
it's
see why I watch Scandal because it's very much the same.
well, and what else? She does Grays, right?
Grays,
Which
yes.
I just got into, which is also real good.
Oh, yeah, that show's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all we have for today's TV topic. We're going to talk a little bit about gay news. Actually, just one topic that Adam wanted to mention.
Well, it's me. I'm dying to do it. Now I can marry Scottish guys. No, like I actually didn't realize they didn't have this yet because Europe and the UK is pretty advanced, but now Scotland finally has gay marriage, and it's just. I mean, this whole thing. I love reading online. Like it's mostly about the states that I care about. Like every state that keeps clicking in, and another one gets on the bus about this whole thing. But now the UK, more of Europe, Scotland. That's awesome. I'll go get married there to that guy that I'm not dating.
All right, well, I think that's a great way to end this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Bye. I hate Adam.
It's like you didn't get over it.
We were ending on a good note.
Yeah.
That was a great note. That was the best note we've ever ended on.
I think that was your guys' most heated fight that you've ever had.
Oh, I was so
It's
pissed.
top 3.
Stop.
No, what was our most heated fight?
There was that one that our producer asked if we like needed a moment to remember from. Although this one lasted your anger, but you got over by the second episode movie. So.
I am
You were like, oh, please get that on camera.